The first quarter of 2025 was, well, kind of a mess, okay? Bitcoin dropped over 11%. ETH lost over 45%. And this is during a quarter that's usually one of the best for them both. So, yeah, if you're feeling confused, you're not alone. Here's the thing. Even though Q1 was a little bit rough, a few major shifts are happening right now that could turn things around in Q2. And if you're in crypto or thinking about getting in, you need to hear this. So the first quarter of 25 has been called the best worst quarter in crypto history because even though prices dropped, under the surface, something way bigger is brewing. So if you've been on the sidelines and if you're wondering if crypto is kind of dead or if now's the time to give up, this is your sign to pay attention because the second quarter just might surprise you. All right, let's get into it. Global money supply is expanding again. After years of tightening, central banks around the world are starting to ease up. They're printing more money again and expanding what's called the M2 money supply. Now, why does this matter for crypto? Because when the money supply goes up, risk assets like Bitcoin usually go up as well. In fact, crypto follows global M2 about 83% of the time, and that's a big deal. More money in the system means people have more to invest, more to speculate, and more to explore alternative assets like crypto. So yeah, inflation might still be an issue, but for crypto investors, this shift could be rocket fuel. And by the way, this isn't just theory. We're already seeing it play out. Global M2 just hit an all-time high. And if that trend keeps going, let's get ready because the next leg of the bull run might already be warming up. Regulatory clarity is finally coming to the United States. For years, crypto has been stuck in this weird gray area in the United States. Too risky for big companies to touch, too confusing for everyday folks to trust. But now we're starting to see what some are calling a clean sweep of pro-regulation. Now, that doesn't mean that everything's going to be perfect overnight, but it does mean that we're getting closer to actual usable, consistent rules. And why is that good? Because clarity brings confidence. Big investors, hedge funds, and companies have been waiting on the sidelines. And once they know the rules, they'll come in fast. And that could bring new capital into crypto, especially Bitcoin, ETH, and stablecoin based platforms. So let's talk about stablecoins, those crypto coins tied to the US dollar or that other fiat currency. In quarter one, stablecoins hit 218 billion in assets under management. Now, that's a record. So what is going on? More people are using stablecoins as their on-ramp into crypto. They're sending money, they're earning yield and using them in DeFi without worrying about the wild ups and downs of Bitcoin or Ethereum. And here's why that matters the most. Because more stablecoin adoption means more real-world use. And it means crypto isn't just about speculation, but it's actually about solving problems, which brings credibility. And that brings growth. Plus, when people feel safe with stablecoins, they're more likely to explore other parts of the crypto world. DeFi, NFTs, layer 2s, you name it. So stablecoins are like the warm-up band, and they're playing a great set, okay? All right, let's talk about geopolitical chaos. So with everything going on globally, tariffs, trade wars, investors around the world are starting to rethink where they put their money. So we're seeing a shift away from relying purely on centralized governments and legacy banks. And that's exactly the kind of environment where cryptocurrency shines. Because when traditional systems feel shaky, people look for alternatives. Now, Bitcoin is borderless. Ethereum is decentralized. Stablecoins let us hold dollars without needing a bank. See, crypto, it isn't perfect, but it's looking more and more like a lifeboat in a chaotic sea. And that is why some analysts are saying that we could see Bitcoin rise to 200,000 by the end of this year. Now, that is not a guarantee, okay, but it just shows how seriously this moment is being taken. So here's a quick recap of the 4 big reasons Q2 could flip the script. Global money supply is rising again, and Bitcoin tends to follow. Regulation is getting clearer, which could unlock a tidal wave of big money. Stablecoins are booming, which are helping real people use crypto for real things. And geopolitical chaos is pushing investors to rethink everything. And remember, this all comes after the worst quarter we've seen in crypto history. So if you made it through Q1 feeling frustrated or confused, take a deep breath. You're not alone. But don't miss what's coming next. Crypto is still young. It's still volatile. It's still full of surprises, but it's also growing, it's maturing, and it's inching closer to the mainstream every single day. And sometimes the best moves happen when no one's watching. So whether you're just getting started or you've been here since the early days, keep learning, keep watching, and stay grounded in your goals. Because in crypto, patience isn't just a virtue, it's a strategy. Thanks so much for watching. If this helped clear anything up today or gave you a little something to think about, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who you think is trying to figure this stuff out alongside with you. This is Prepare to Prosper, and I'll see you in the next video.